Walt Disney said in the biographical picture Saving Mr. Banks, that's what storytellers do. We restore order with imagination and we instill hope again and again. My name is Christopher Anthony Din Chong, and I'm a storyteller. I was born on May 2nd, 1982, and to hear my mother say it, I've been writing my own story from day one. The family doctor came out of retirement to deliver me on May 1st, the day he proclaimed that I would be born. So on May 1st, everything seemed to be on schedule. My mom's water broke. The doctor and nurses were ready. Everything and everyone was ready except me. I didn't feel like being born on the 1st of May and held back till a couple minutes after midnight. I don't recall the experience, but when my mom told me about it years later, it made absolute sense. I just didn't want to go along with the doctor's plan and his timing. Years later, while 12 credits shy of my physics degree, I was severely depressed and found it difficult to even get out of bed in the morning. I kept getting these feelings of dread when I thought of a future regurgitating other people's formulas. My mother supported my decision to seek out a new career path, but she encouraged me to finish what I had started. Days after I graduated, I found myself with two of my colleagues on a tour of an iron and steel manufacturing facility. Crappy pay and crappy hours would be my reward for all my years of study. My dreadlocks were just coming in, and the hard hat they gave me would not fit snugly on my head, so I asked the executive giving us the tour if this would be a problem. To which he responded, "By the time those iron filings get in your locks, you will have to cut them off anyway." I never went back. I took a year off and started writing short stories and scripts. I knew that no one would be able to tell my stories better than me. So I sought out the skills to put my stories up on the big screen, and I went to film school where I met and started working with my mentor, Professor Patricia Mohammed. And just like the English language, I realized that film had its own language. Film has taken me all over the world, and I have met a number of interesting people. And it has been a very rewarding experience. Over the years, I conceptualized several commercial projects for private and government organizations as the creative director of my ad agency. I have also produced a number of documentaries, animated projects, shorts, and feature-length films. Hitchcock said in a 1963 interview, "It comes under the heading that all villains are not black and all heroes are not white. There are greys everywhere." Similar to Hitchcock, duality in society and the individual is a recurring theme in my work. I want to delve deeper into one of my projects, the crime thriller Sanskara. Sanskara is the story of a street kid that is adopted by a coconut vendor and his stay-at-home wife. The kid slowly realizes that his parents are assassins and have an ongoing vendetta with a notorious crime family called the Black Rose. Of course, his moral compass is a bit skewed, and he needs to figure out right from wrong based on the example of what he's seeing his parents do. Our goal was to have audiences confront their own multiplicity, the numerous personalities that one person can contain, as well as trigger emotional dualism in the audience, where they find themselves rooting for the anti-hero, similar to fans of The Sopranos, Dexter, and Breaking Bad. Reoccurring negative cyclical patterns, crime, the broken home, and drug addiction were some of the social issues that we chose to explore with the film, showing the parallels between good and evil, and continuously asking the questions, who's good and who's bad? Are we always good, or are we always bad?
One of the best shows of the film festival, and I do believe that the public should look at it again, looking at the different color schemes and the attitudes of the actors. It was a wonderful job, well done, and the actors portrayed it quite well.
Sanskara was awesome. I really enjoyed the film. It had a lot of scenes that just had me off edge, and I really want to say congratulations, and I think the movie was really wonderful.
Sanskara is more than what I expected. I especially like the fact that they added on animation, which I've never seen in a local movie before. And I hope that Sanskara goes further than it's ever gone before. And Christopher is a fantastic director and a writer. So I'm looking forward to what Green Line has for us moving forward.
I think the end of it clearly indicates that there's going to be a sequel to it.
Presently, I'm producing, writing, and directing several television, web, film, and theatrical productions, including Bois, Dragonzilla's animated stories, and Carnival of the Dead. If anybody is interested in making films or producing music, please reach out to me. I'm always looking for new talent to join us on our journey. When I was in the first year of my film degree, Maureen Arno of the Good News program asked a few of us to teach underprivileged children about film in rural communities. She told us a life-changing story of a young boy being blown away by the simple act of holding a video camera. He never thought that he would ever be a part of such an elitist art form. I took up the challenge, and we gave up our summers to pass on our knowledge. Shortly thereafter, I co-founded the Forward Ever Foundation. Our mission is to give voice through story, and by giving youth the opportunity to tell their stories, it allows them to change their stars. The Forward Ever Foundation is a non-profit entity that seeks to create a platform for the creation and dissemination of positive influences and support through innovative expertise, tools, facilitators, mentors, practical experience, projects, and grants targeted at at-risk youth and other excluded socioeconomic and cultural groups. This is done through the provision of opportunities made available to those who would otherwise not have access to support in film, music, app development, fashion, theatre, and literary works. We have conducted workshops all over Trinidad and Tobago, and with the support of the British Council, we were able to set up training in Cuba as well. It was not long before the foundation had its first life-changing story. In every workshop, we would walk the participants through writing, shooting, editing, and acting in their own 1-minute movie. At the end of the session, they would all gather around a big screen to view the 1-minute film. On one particular occasion, one of the actresses, a 16-year-old girl, started to cry when she saw her face up on the big screen. She never thought that she would ever see herself up there like that, like Jennifer Lawrence, Julia Roberts, and Angelina Jolie. We have also engaged in food distribution drives and will soon be launching the Forward Ever lifestyle, mentoring, and development initiatives. In 2019, I hit a career milestone when Queen of Soca, a film I co-produced with my mother, Din Chong, went on to be the Carifesta premiere film. And just as the best scripts take you on a roller coaster ride, 2019 had its many ups and downs. In a few short months, I lost my father, Anthony Din Chong, as well as my good friend and mentor, Franklin Saint-Just. Both have gone on to that great big silver screen in the sky. Throughout life, we must love, we must work, and we must look toward the future. The future has never been brighter. As the world moves towards regionalization, I feel confident that the creative industries will play an important role in Caribbean GDP and lives. That is why my energies are focused on expanding into music production and management, as well as transmedia, as we produce the Caribbean's first folklore multiverse through my new company, Lyriflick. Lyriflick is a powerhouse that I co-founded alongside a number of great creative, business, and technological minds. I would like to leave you with the following food for thought: life lessons that I've come across while telling stories and making movies. We are all born with the ability to write or rewrite our stories, meaning that anyone's story can either be a horror or a fantasy that ends with them riding off into the sunset with their significant other. So write your story, restore order with imagination, and instill hope again and again. And remember, as long as you hold the pen, you control the outcome. You control the genre, be it a horror or fantasy. You control the villain, and you control the credits, the people you allow to work on and influence your story.